Using the new Blossom paper pad from Phill. You can see here lots of lovely colours. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours and 1, 2, 3, 4 different designs. So I think you get 2 sheets of each in the pad, so you've got plenty of choice. I'm using the green papers today, and I shall be using the MDF shapes, which are actually from the mobile phone set that you can see there, but I shall be putting them together and creating something a bit different from them. I should be creating a photo frame. I should be using the Cosmic Shimmer Matte Glue Seal and Glaze. This just is a lovely glue, and it just, when you add it to the, you just get a nice layer of glue over the MDF, and having used it before, I know that it sticks really well. It's actually quite watery for a glue, but it works really well, and as you can see I use my fingers to spread it, but obviously you can use an applicator. I just do this for ease, and I don't mind getting a little bit messy as long as I've got something on hand to wipe the hands. Okay, so I'm just going to cover that. It gives it a nice flat surface. Because it's water based as well, this glue, it actually dries quite quick. And just smooth out all the air bubbles. Same again on this side. A nice application all the way up to the edges. We don't want the edges of the paper to be sealed as well. There's probably a little bit too much on there. Okay. Make sure that lines up nicely. Away the edges there. Dries clear, so anything that does come out you won't see at the end of the day when the project's finished. Okay, again smooth out any of the air bubbles you have. Because I'm using this nice green, pale green that's come from Phill kit, I've found that I shall edge the project with the Decadent Bamboo Colour Cloud ink. Obviously a bit of condensation I think in the lid of the ink, so what I might do, I just pick some of that up on my sponge. I don't want a huge amount, I just want a little bit to go around the edges and highlight, just smooth off. Just take a bit more, just softens the edges, blends the project together nicely. You can see that ink blends really well with this paper pad. I'll just show you there, I don't know if you can see the difference between the two and just how the edging finishes off the project nicely. So I'll just do this one quickly. Okay. But to decorate these pieces on the inside, what I've done, I've taken the remaining of the paper that I cut out these layers for, and if you can see, I'll show you that sheet. I'll show you on here. I've actually cut out and fussy cut out these bouquets of flowers that are actually in the pattern. So you can see there, there's slightly different sizes and it'll just add a bit of dimension to the project. I've taken some craft dies by Sue Wilson. The Frames and Tags Refined Rectangular Frame. And on the reverse of one of the pattern papers, I've just cut out this small die. There's a little banner, and it'll be this that I mount the flowers onto, just to create a bit of contrast to the pattern that we already have sitting there. Because I'll be layering lots of these flowers up together, I think if I put some of this colour cloud on the edge of the flowers, that should just distinguish each layer a little bit. A little bit better. This colour cloud ink is just so easy to use, particularly on these little scoochy sponges as well. Perfect application for them. Okay. Okay, I shall put the largest layer straight down onto the bouquet there. Then to add some dimension, I shall put some foam pads behind one of the smaller layers. Quite like the white flowers on these, so I don't want to cover them up too much. I've taken also one of Sue Wilson's pierced tag dies, the smallest one. Cut it from, again, the reverse of one of the pattern papers, so I've got the solid green, and just drawn through the central element of the tag, so I have that to layer on there. That's so I can stamp my sentiment on there, and I think I'm going to layer this tag in the centre there. I should be using one of the wedding sentiments from Justrite Clear stamps. Black archival. I shall stamp it. Looks nice just to take the edge, the harshness off the white there, if I just edge that with the Decadent Bamboo again. Oops. And I shall mount that onto the tag. Okay, I'm going to use a twine bow to finish on the top. I shall use some foam pads on the tab. Put that at an angle just there, and we'll use some of the Cosmic Shimmer just to attach that in the centre. I'd use there we are. The white glue that you can see will dry clear, so that will hold that securely. You can finish off the base of that tag with just a little flourish of flowers there. Okay, we'll put that just to one side. We'll come on to the next half of the frame. This is the idea I had. I shall decorate this but leave it blank mostly in the middle, so you can attach a photo. And I have a little clip here, a little bulldog clip, which I can attach there, and the photo then can be changed or added to suit. again from the reverse of one of the patterned papers. I've used one of Sue Wilson's refined rectangular frames again, a larger one this time, and cut out the centre panel so we can still see the pattern paper through it. It just blends really nicely that they designed. So attach the frame there to the centre. Add, I think, the flowers, and I shall put the foam pads on. I need to decide which way to go. I shall go there with that, I think. I think I might actually leave that with just the one flower, with one. That would actually look quite nice. You can see I think I might pull the bulldog clip there. I have a little vintage photo here. Obviously, whichever size you choose to use, you can just clip that on, and that will just look really nice. Right, now to put these two parts of the frame together so they can actually close and stand as a proper frame. Now I've already worked out how I was going to secure these two pieces together, and I'm going to use a length of ribbon, and I think what I shall do on the back part of this frame, I shall have the ribbon exposed, so that means I can actually glue this backing paper directly to the MDF. The same way I did before. Make sure it goes right to the edges. Nice even layer. So just leave that to dry just quickly, and I shall cover the reverse of this one also. I think possibly if I was a little bit more organised I would have done these outer edges first. I'm not actually too sure how much flexibility I'm going to have to work on the centre, so we shall see. You'll have the benefit of hindsight if you copy this project afterwards. I shall let you know in a second if this was actually the best way around to do it. Right, we'll just make sure that that's lined up. Perfect, so you can see we've got a nice reverse. And I think while I'm here I shall edge with the Decadent Bamboo again, just to give that a nice finish. And it's entirely up to you. I mean, you can see that it would actually pick up the embossing if I were to run this ink over this embossing. You can see just there, slightly on the edges, and just there. I think I'm going to leave that plain and keep it a quite neutral look, because I think the special part of this project will actually be the photo that you place in the centre. We don't want to take away from that really. Now what I'm going to do is say I've got a length of ribbon here, centrally here. want to, how do I want to do this? I'm going to use a piece of red tape initially, just to secure the ribbon, and I'm going to put that across there, because what I'm going to do on this front section is actually cover where the ribbon's held. I want to use this red tape because I know it's incredibly strong and the ribbon won't be going anywhere. So I've just put the layer of ribbon there. Okay, so I have the hinge racking now, and the frame will stand on its own. I think what I've decided I would do, just to make the ribbon that bit more secure on the reverse there, I'm going to just cover it with a panel. Now you could decorate this in any which way you choose. I think I should be going which way around is that? I should put a plain panel on the back frame. Just hold that in place for a second. For the front of the panel, I've just stamped another sentiment from the Justrite wedding sentiment stamp set that I used before. I'm just going to edge that top and bottom before I stick it onto the green section. I'll use the Cosmic Shimmer again. This will just hopefully make sure that the ribbon will stay in place. We'll just hold that down just for a couple of seconds. Make sure that's stuck. Now I have prepared an extra hinge just to go on to the top there. That will just make sure that the frame stays more secure. So I've just taken a little shape of the coordinating green, stuck a little bit of ribbon on the back, and what I'll do, what shall I use? I shall use the Cosmic Shimmer. Just to secure that on the edge before I cut this bit of ribbon to length. So I'll just make sure that stays secure. With some of the sharp scissors. Now, finishing touches, we'll add our hardware onto the frame there. I found a little heart padlock which I think might look quite nice in there, so I shall glue that in place as well. And for this clip here, because it's going to be a working piece, I'm just going to add some silicone glue just for added security and staying power. Cosmic Shimmer is strong enough to hold these metal hardware pieces, so I shall just put some around the edge. And we'll slot that in place just behind the tag there. And there we have our frame. It freestands itself. Little picture frame. You can add a photo of your loved ones, an old vintage photo.